Welcome all to this session on I think what I feel is a very important career topic, especially for today's generation, which seem to want to think about what to study now and therefore what should be the career for till retirement, right? So I think that's why I thought this is a very important topic. What kind of benefits do the other organizations actually get from having somebody at that level coming in?
I started my career as an HR guy.
Right.
And that was about 38 years ago. And by the 15th year, I was doing a global CXO role for, at that point of time, a 30,000 people company. And then the reason why I shifted, and I think you said, what triggers you, right? For me, the trigger was, it was getting to a stage where every time I wanted to do something else, they will say, but what will happen to HR? Right? I mean, it was almost like, Hare, if you leave, then what will happen to HR? Now, I think it started realizing that your strength was becoming your weakness. I mean, it was a great strength to have, it felt nice, but I realized I could die in this, yeah. And so, eventually, therefore, when we, got the best employers from Mercer and Hewitt and all that, I said, I have to leave HR and took a pivot from a very inside-out role called HR to a very outside-in role called marketing, right? Completely outside, and that too for an IT services industry. It was probably one of the most, I think across the industry when I look, later on there have been many people who have moved from HR to marketing. But when I did that back in 2007, it was like ridiculously funny for many people. And to answer your question, when you move into a new role, you realize how incomplete you are, right? You realize you don't know anything. You thought you knew everything, but you walk into the role and you realize you don't know anything. And you have to have the humility to completely drop all your ego, go work with the last guy in the team, like 3 months, 4 months, you have to work with those guys to understand how they do, right? Like starting with inside sales, what it means, to going up to marketing and campaigning, and of course, whatever we did. So yeah, so I did marketing pivot. And then after running that for I think it was almost 5 years, I said, again, I need to reinvent myself. And CP being CP, my Tech Mahindra CEO, he said, if you want to do business, then I think he'll let you go ahead and do technology consulting. Right now, that's as weird as you can get, right? To performance engineering and computing issues. So I moved from, I continued to do marketing, but I moved to do technology consulting. And I ran a $300 million business for about 2-3 years before I realized 30 years of technology was boring me out. So I took a pivot from technology to healthcare. And so moved into healthcare. And I now run that company as a CEO. But I have to tell you that the joke about it is, I walk into that company and I have like 45 doctors and specialists, and I have some 300 phlebotomists and all of that. And my biggest problem was I couldn't bloody spell that phlebotomy ever. Forget spell, pronounce it, okay? So you walk in as a CEO of a healthcare company and you don't know what phlebotomy is. That's where I started in terms of life.
What motivates people to pivot at senior levels, right? And then what can be possible issues that they face and
Life has been good because today I can sometimes look at a HRCT and tell you whether you're a RAD 3 or a RAD 4. What I'm saying is you go through that process of learning, you know nothing about it. You look at cholesterol readings today, I don't have to go back and check the reference ranges. I can pretty much say, right, whether it is off the grid or otherwise. So I'm saying the way you have to pivot, what makes you do that is your curiosity to reinvent yourself. Is your willingness to say, I don't know, till you tell yourself, I think I know. You can never say I know. Because when you believe you know, you've lost it. So you have to continue to say, I think I know, I will figure this out. And so that's been the exciting part of pivots for me. So yeah. I'm a living example of having tested my life.